Good morning, everybody. I am so glad that you're here on this very snowy Monday. Here's what we had over the weekend. What is up with that for April 15th? Oh my gosh. So the bluebirds are confused. The crocuses are sad. Everything's sort of struggling in this weather. But happy Monday. We have a beautiful, beautiful week ahead of us. So I'm so glad you're here. Today's topic is about when is holistic medicine the best time to use it. Hey, Julie, great to see you. So, have you ever had, a headache or been in extreme pain or had something really wrong with you? And that's when the first time that you said, well, everybody said that all of my inflammation would go down with turmeric, or if I, drank tart cherry juice, or if I just go get some acupuncture, everything will be solved. And then we go, and then we're completely disappointed because we still have our problem. Hey, Melissa, we still have all the same problems that we had when we walked in. Maybe we're a little bit better, but overall, we're really disappointed and we're frustrated and we're angry and we're like, okay, I'm going to have to do the surgery. I'm going to have to take the prescription medicine. I'm going to have to do it. The challenge that we have in today's world is that we are so disconnected from how we feel that we don't use holistic medicine when it's the most effective. Holistic medicines are anything from herbal medicines, hey Mary Beth, herbal medicines like chamomile tea or valerian root or skullcap or, herbal things. It's acupuncture, it's body work, it's dialogue, it's breath work. It's meditation, it's spiritual practices. We've allowed ourselves to get so crazy, hey Ronnie, so crazy distracted by everything going on around us that we do not feel what is happening. Now, why is that true? Because a lot of us sit there and think, oh, I know exactly what's happening in my body. I feel everything that's going on. And you think that's true. But what I find a lot of times when people come to me is they don't know what hurts until I start working on it. Now, why is this? It's because our conscious mind only has so many receptors to feel things. And so we may feel one thing and think that's all that's going on, but in reality, we usually have about 20 other things going on. So I'll work on somebody's, they'll come in and they'll say, oh, my neck is really bothering me. And I'll start to work on their neck. And then their neck feels better and they say, oh, wow, the pain moved to my back. What is that about? So then I'll work on their back. And then they'll say, wow, the pain's gone in my back, but now my left foot is killing me. That's because their neck hurt, their back had problems, their foot had problems, and they probably had, 6, 7, 8 other things going on. But you can only consciously be aware of a few things at one time. Otherwise, consciously, our brains would explode. There's no way we'd be able to handle all of the stimulus that's constantly coming at us and that we're feeling going on all the time. And so we're very unaware of what's really going on in our body, even if we think, hey Daniel, even if we think that we are the most in tune and connected to what's going on, that's possible. Let me tell you, you probably aren't, just because we're not wired that way. We're not wired to know everything that's going on. And that's why regular practice of checking in and, seeing how you feel is really, really important, because that's when holistic medicine works best. Not when we've gotten to the point where there's 6, 7, 8 things going on, but when we only have 1 or 2 things going on and there's something we can do about it. People come to me and they say, I was fine, and then I reached for this box and my lower back just went out. It just went out, poof. And then we find that it's been building up. There's been this high level of stress at work. Maybe there was grief going on, in the family. Maybe, we hadn't been able to take a break in a week and a half. There's all of these things that have been building up that we didn't feel until we hit this tipping point. And the tipping point then is some weird, strong symptom, like our gallbladder shutting down, or needing a root canal. Things like that. They're big deals which cause a lot of pain, which then come to the front of the line. And we sit there and say to ourselves, well, it's if I just take this medication, it'll take care of it. And it will, this big Western medicine thing will, but we're going to be right back there again. Let's say people who have cancer tend to have recurring cancer again. Hey, Annette, they'll have problems with cancer again and again and again in a few years. Part of that reason is because when we continue the same patterns that we've been living, when we continue on the path that we had before, then we end up having the same sorts of problems, even if we're not aware of it, even if we are, even if we think everything is fine. That's because our conscious mind is over here, looking at the shiny object or juggling the tasks that need to be done or thinking about work. And it only has so many receptors for information. And so all of this stuff is going on with our body, and all of these patterns and habits are going on with our body that are building up until they turn into something big. Now that's not true for all things. Some things I'll totally say that are weird and unexpected and don't belong, but many things, hey Ruth, many things are cumulative. We have a problem not because one thing went wrong, not because we reached for the box, but because we had the stress and the grief and the distraction and the overwhelm, and then we reached for the box, and that was it. That was done. And so holistic medicine works best not when we're at the end of our rope, because then you're going to go in, you're going to try it, it's not going to work. You're going to be so frustrated, you're going to be so aggravated, hey Amanda, that you won't use it again. But if you use holistic medicine on a regular basis, let's say for me, I help manage my stress by drinking chamomile tea on a regular basis. It's part of my healthy habits, part of my holistic healthy medicine, because that's cumulative too. The problems aren't the only things that are cumulative, so are the cures. People recover best from things when they see me, regularly. Let's say once a week at first, and then every other week, and then once a month, because that cleans things up. That takes care of stuff. And then they'll swear, hey, Nikki, they'll swear that I'm magic and that I'm amazing because I'm able to reverse all of these things that they've had going on for decades. But it's that accumulation of positive things that you're doing that build up. So holistic medicine's best, one, before something becomes a problem, and two, when it's used as a healthy life habit. When you've got those two things in place, then holistic medicine is the best way to go because it's in line with the body. It doesn't stress anything out extra, and it keeps us on a really good path. So if you think you're healthy, you're probably not. If you think there's only one thing wrong with you, there's probably 10. And if you start putting these holistic medicines in place now, even if you think you don't have a problem, that's when it's going to work the best for you. And if you do have a problem, if the world did go pear-shaped, do what you got to do, take the medication, eat the Twinkie, do what you got to do. I totally get that. And start putting really healthy habits in place, like body work, so that when you get that done regularly, then your body stays healthy and your mind stays healthy. Holistic medicine isn't pampering. Holistic medicine is making sure that you can function the next day, making sure that everything doesn't build up, that you don't destroy your relationships, you don't lose your job, you don't lose your mind, and you're able to keep up with all of the things that are required of you to be the caretaker and the nurturer and the smart one and the capable one in everything that's going on. Because I'm telling you, most people are not doing healthy habits and they're going off the rails, and you're the one stuck cleaning up the mess. That's just the way it is these days. Anybody who's watching this, you're probably the person that ends up cleaning up the mess the most for everybody else that's losing their mind. And so it's so important that you stay as healthy, as happy, as balanced as possible in order to help move us all forward. because it's we're living in a crazy time. And if you don't do these things, it's just not going to work. So, anyways, your homework assignment for today is to find one healthy habit, one thing that you love to do, whether it's chamomile tea, whether it's breath work, whether it's watching a funny movie, whatever it may be, some holistic medicine. And holistic medicines are huge. They're anything from coffee with a friend to a good belly laugh. You know, that's holistic medicine. It's not just something, you know, wacky and weird and out there. They're the things that you do to stay mentally, emotionally, and physically healthy. And when you do them, you will, for the most part, stay healthy and stay on top of everything. So find one thing that you can do that's holistic medicine in your life today, and find a way to make it an important, healthy habit before you end up, things start falling apart or continue to fall apart, or you finally hit the wall. Okay? So share, comment. Your love and support is so important to me. It keeps me doing these and keeps our tribe and community coming together and really building this group of nurturers and compassionate people that, because we need each other, because we've been so isolated and so surrounded by toxic, crazy people that we've got to find this tribe, this group of people who are nice to each other, who are kind, who are supportive, and who have a lot of wisdom. So share your wisdom, share your comments, and share this video, okay? Have a great rest of your day, and I will see you tomorrow morning. Bye.